Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Vande Guru Nish Bhakta Nisha Nishavatarakhan Tat Prakasham Satat Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Sangyakam Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodito Gaudadaye Pushpavanatau Chitrau Sandhau Tamonudau Granthera Arambha Kori Mangala Charana Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan Tinera Smarana Hoya Vighana Vinashana Anayasa Safal Nija Vanchita Purana Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, thank you so much for joining. We are reading Adi-lila, Sri Caitanya-Caritāmṛta, Adi-lila, chapter 3. We read till text number 5 yesterday. And this chapter is primarily about the external reasons of the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the Supreme Bhagavan, the cause of all causes, the Purna Brahman, the Paramatma, the Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So we'll continue with the next verse, text number 6. Brahmara ekadina tino ekabar avatirna hana karena prakata vihar. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Once in a day of Brahma, he descends to this world to manifest his transcendental pastimes. So, the advent of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not an ordinary thing. It's very, very rare. What is one day of Brahma? Billions of years, billions of earthly years. Kalpa, which is equivalent to 1000 Chaturyugas combined together. And each Chaturyuga is how much? 4.3 lakh, so almost like 4 million years. 4.3 million years is each Chaturyuga. Multiply that with 1000, so 4.3 billion years is one Kalpa. And multiply that with again 2, so 8.6 is billion years is one day or 24 hours of Brahma. In that one day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Krishna, they only come once. So that's the rarity. I think that explanation is going to come. So let's see. Text number 7. Would someone like to read?
I can read Prabhuji. Arjuna devotees download pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Text 7. Satya Teta Dapor Koli, Chari Jog Jani, She Chari Joge Dibbo, Ek Jog Mani. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. We know that there are 4 ages, yugas, namely Satya, Treta, Dapur and Koli. These 4 together constitute one Divya Yuga. Suppose what you would explain here, Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami also explaining this, started to explain the same thing. Back to Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Sometimes said as Divyayuga, sometimes said as Chatur or Chatur means 4 or combination of 4 yugas. So different times, different words are used, but they're the same. Yes, text 8. Sampada Mataji, you want to read?
Prabhuji, I was eating dinner, so not right now.
Okay, Lakshmi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, I can read. Text 8. Ekatare chaturyuge eke manvantara, chauda manvantara brahmara divasha bitara. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. 71 Divyayugas constitute one Manvantara. There are 14 Manvantaras in one day of Brahma. Purport. A Manvantara is a period controlled by one Manu. The reign of our 14 Manus equals the length of one day, 12 hours in the life of Brahma, and the night of Brahma is of the same duration. These calculations are given in the authentic astronomy book known as Surya Sidhanta. A Bengali translation of this book was compiled by the great professor of astronomy and mathematics Bimal Prasad Datta, later known as Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami, who was our merciful spiritual master. He was honored with the title Siddhanta Saraswati for translating the Surya Siddhanta, and the title Goswami Maharaj was added when he accepted sannyasa, the renounced order of life. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So this calculation comes enormous times. So I think we all should understand this nicely, even though there are some numbers, but it's not that complex either. So everyone should try to understand this calculation, because it's there in Bhagavad Gita, purports, it's there in Caitanya-Caritāmṛta, it's there in Bhagavatam multiple times. If something is repeated multiple times, that means it's quite important. Okay, I want to show everyone this screen, which we have discussed in the past, but since we are talking about it, it's important. So Kali Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga, and Satyuga, or Satyug, Treta, Dwapar, Kali. So Kali Yuga is 432,000 years, or 432,000 years, 432,000. So 2 times is Dwapara, 3 times of Kali Yuga is Treta, and 4 times is Satyuga. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 becomes 10 Kali Yugas. So 10 Kali Yugas is the sum of 4 yugas, which is equivalent to 10 times of this, which becomes 4,320,000 years. 71 Ikattara, which we read here, Ikattar Sattar in Hindi or Bengali. Ikattar is 71. Ikattar Divyayuga or Chaturyuga is equivalent to this number, 306 million. That's 1 Manvantara. Manvantara, the period of Manu. And 71 times this Chaturyuga or Divyayuga. That becomes 1 Kalpa. Oh, sorry. So 14 of such, which will come in the next one, I believe. Oh, it's there in this one only. Yeah. Chauda Manvantara Brahma Divasa Bhitara. Bhitar means under, inside. Inside the Divas or day of Brahma, there are Chauda Manvantara. So 14th Manvantara, 14 times 9, becomes 994 Chaturyugas, plus the transition period, which is kind of an additional detail. Not to complicate, there are 1,000 Chaturyugas in one day of Brahma. And same as the night, which is the partial. So that total full day becomes 8.6 billion years. And then multiply that with 30 becomes a month, multiply that with 12 becomes a year, and multiply that with 100 becomes a lifetime of Brahma, which is 311 trillion years. Okay, so Sorry, there are a lot of numbers, but it's not that hard to understand if we give some time. All of you are very, very intelligent. We can try. Yes, Bhaswati Mataji, you want to read this one?
Dhanyavad Pranam Prabhuji, Dhanyavad Pranam everyone. Text 9. Bhuibashat nam ei shaktam manvantar shataisho chaturjug taharantar. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. The present Manu, who is the seventh, is called Vaivaswata, the son of Vivaswan. 27 Divyayugas, 27 multiplied by 4.3 million solar years of his age have now passed. Purport. The names of the 14 Manus are as follows. Swayambhuva, number 1 Swayambhuva, Swarochisha, Uttama, Tamasa, Raibata, Chakshusha, Vaivasvata, Savarni, Daksha Savarni, Brahma Savarni, Dharma Savarni, Rudra Putra, Rudra Savarni, Rauchya or Deva Savarni, and 14 and Bhautyaka. 14 is and Bhautyaka or Indra Savarni. So here the purport, in the purport, Prabhupada was explaining the names of 14 Manus. Back to you, Prabhuji. Thanks.
You gave a class on this, Mataji, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Please tell. You did so much studies and made such nice slides as well. Please tell something.
So we are in the 7th Manvantara, and Manvantara means the time of each Manu is called Manvantar. And now we are in the period of Vaivasvata Manu, who is the son of Viva's son or sun god. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So a few things to kind of introspect or understand here. Do we know who will be the next president of America or India? We don't know. But here we know who will be the Manu in the 14th Manu. Isn't that amazing? Which is going to come after billions of years. Millions of years later it will come. This is Krishna's plan. It's something to kind of reflect upon. And so we are in the 28th cycle of Divyayuga or Chaturyuga. 27 have passed. And in this 28th cycle, Lord Chaitanya or actually it's going to come later. So I'm not going to. 27 have passed, 28 is going on. But interesting point. So who will be coming next? Who will be next Manu? 8th Manu, 9th Manu, 10th Manu? Do you think it's just a coincidence? Do you think it's just Krishna put some name, Vedyas put some name here? No, it is all planned, which tells that that ultimately everything is running as per Krishna's plan, and we just have to do our part. And these are not just ordinary rulers. They're the father of mankind. Manu means the word Manushya or man. Where does it come from? From the Manus. So the Swayambhu Manu, the father of mankind. Manu Samhita is there. Manvantara, Manushya, Manava, man. All these words are coming from the same root. Okay, let's see. Text 10. Yes, Lakshay, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Astavimsa Chaturyuge Dwapar era
Sase Rajera Sahite Heya Krishnera Prakesa. Translation and purpose. At the end of the Dwapar Yuga of the 28th Divyayuga, Lord Krishna appears on earth with the full paraphernalia of his eternal Rajya. Now, in the terms of Vaisistha Manu, during which Lord Chaitanya appears. First, Lord Krishna appears at the close of the Dwapara Yuga or the 28th Divyayuga. And then Lord Chaitanya appears in the Kali Yuga of the same Divyayuga. Lord Krishna and Lord Chaitanya appear once in each day of Brahma, or once in 14 Manvantaras, each of 71 Divyayugas in duration. From the beginning of Brahma's day of I don't know that number.
Yeah, 4.3 billion.
4.3 billion years. 4,320 million years. 6 Manus appear and disappear before Lord Krishna appears. Thus 1 billion 1,975,320,000 years of the day of Brahma elapsed before the appearance of Lord Krishna. This is an astronomical calculation according to the solar years. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Lakshya Prabhu. Isn't that a lot? 4.3 billion years. Okay. So now we are in Ashta Vimsha. Ashta 8 Vimsha 28. Chaturyuga or Dwapar Yuga is going on. And how many cycles this Ashtavimsha or this 7th Manvantara, how many cycles of Chaturyuga will it have? Can anyone tell?
71. Each
Manvantara,
71.
71 cycles, correct. So that means 28. So a little bit kind of 28 is how much percentage of 71?
40%.
40%, yes. So if we talk about this Manvantara, 40% is done. But if we talk about the 14 Manvantaras, what percentage of Brahma's day is done?
About 50%.
Total.
50%.
Little less than 50%. So the 7 Manus will be complete, that would be 50% done, right? So this number is little less than 50%. 50% would be 2.1 billion years, but this is close to 2 billion years. So a little less than. So this is a duration of Brahma's day, which is complete. When Brahma's only like noon time has happened. Quite big day, right? So, but important point to note that Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they both appear in the only once in a day of Brahma. And that too in this cycle where we are present. Isn't that amazing? What are the odds now? Just think about what are the odds of that happening? Very, very rare, right? You agree? It's quite rare. Amongst the 1,000 cycles, right? 1 in 1,000, correct? Yes, Vipul Prabhu?
Yeah, if you take the whole Brahma's life, this will be 1 in 311 trillion years.
Correct, but Krishna, they appear in one day of Brahma. They in lifetime they'll appear multiple days.
Okay, that's true. Yeah. Then it will be yes.
1 in
So it will,
1,000
yeah.
is actually odd, right?
Yep.
So the probability is is very, very little. But we are so fortunate, and that too, not just being get chance to being in the born as a human or a manushya in the same manu, but in the same same Chaturyuga, and that too just few seconds away from Lord Chaitanya's appearance. Isn't that amazing? Because 500 years is few seconds, not even few seconds compared to Brahma's lifetime. So this is the rarity of, therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, to be born in a human life, especially in Bharatvarsha, is a very, very rare thing. But we have to make it successful by practicing Krishna consciousness and then sharing with others as well. So Lakshya, you can do all the math problems with this Brahma's lifetime. Isn't that? You can do probability, you can do multiplication, division, percentage, and whatnot. And be Krishna conscious. You like math, Lakshya? So this is a good way to teach numbers. This is a good way to engage the kids also in math, probability, and some odds, likelihood, and whatnot. We can teach so many things, and they'll be absorbed in Brahma, Krishna, Manus, the probability. That's a very nice thing to be absorbed in. Okay, so let's see what happens next. Yes, Sampada Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Text 11. Dasya Sakya Vatsalya Shingara Chari Rasa Chari Bhavera Bhakta Yata Krishna Tara Vasa. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Servitude, dasya, friendship, sakya, parental affection, vatsalya, and conjugal love, shingara, are the four transcendental mellows, rasas. By the devotees who cherish these four mellows, Lord Krishna is subdued. Purport. Dasya, sakya, vatsalya, and shingara are the transcendental modes of loving service to the Lord. Santa rasa, or the neutral stage, is not mentioned in this verse because although in Santa rasa one considers the absolute truth, the sublime great, one does not go beyond that conception. Santa rasa is a very grand idea for materialistic philosophers, but such idealistic appreciation is only the beginning. It is the lowest among the relationships in the spiritual world. Santa rasa is not given much importance because as soon as there is a slight understanding between the knower and the known, active, loving, transcendental reciprocations and exchanges begin. Dasya rasa is the basic relationship between Krishna and his devotees. Therefore, this verse considers dasya the first stage of transcendental devotional service. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, back to you. Please explain.
Thank you so much, Mataji. So generally we talk about the 5 rasas, but in this verse we talk about the chari, 4. Because Krishnadas Garuda Goswami and Srila Prabhupada are explaining that the devotee, doesn't like to be in the Shanta rasa. Because devotee is like active. Prabhupada is mentioning here, active, loving, transcendental exchange, reciprocation. If one understands that I am the servant of the Lord, my duty is to serve, then one will actively serve. Service doesn't mean, okay, you are great, I am fallen, shanti, 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 shanti. Do nothing, just sit, Krishna is great. Well, will we like it as shanti? Nothing. No, bhakti is dynamic, bhakti is fun, bhakti means engagement. Make something for the Lord, offer some nice preparations, chant his name loudly, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Dance, participate, Rath Yatra, festivals, book distribution. Bhakti is very, very active, dynamic, festivals, Janmashtami, Narsimha Chaturdashi, etc. reaching out to others, sharing, celebrating these festivals, going to the holy places, and serving Krishna, etc. So many. Bhakti is active. Bhakti is not shanti, shanti, shanti. So it's a grand idea for materialistic philosophers. So it's a very beginning and a neophyte stage, in the lowest amongst. Therefore, it's not given much importance. That's the point here. Therefore, only the four where active bhakti starts from are mentioned here. Okay. Any other comments? Any additions? Anyone has?
So Sringa has two meanings, right, Puji? One is like the relationship, and other is the dressing of deity, also called Sringa, right?
Shringar is correct. Sometimes this conjugal love is said to be as Madhurya. Or so yes, Sanskrit is even in Bengali here. Sometimes one word has multiple meanings, depends on what context it is used. So yes, absolutely. Okay, so I guess we will pause the Caitanya-Caritāmṛta reading here, and we will read Srimad Bhagavatam.